Yeah.
I took them off said You want me to get out and do the hula? I used to, you know, with you. No, not with you and with the other 3 kids.
Did you?
We'd dance, play Elvis's music.
Did you?
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Granny.
Oh, now we're gonna smooch, are we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been so long since I've done any smooching. I don't know how.
See, I told you they were inbreeders down here. My grandma wants to kiss me.
Well, really, your grandkids is only ones you can kiss without being called something. You know, you're supposed to love your grandkids a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Uh-huh.
There's a,
Not too much, but a whole lot. You want to come over here and sit with us and get your picture in on it? Say, boy, this is old woman that don't allow no dumb drunks around. You take this up there and say, here's old woman that don't allow no drunks around.
No drinking. No alcohol.
This is God's house anyway.
Is it?
Me and God lives here.
He really don't keep too good a house.
No, he don't.
There's the...
But he needs money.
No.
Now, here we go.
Well, let me see if you fit in the picture.
Now I got 2 guys to smooch with.
Oh, yeah, you fit in the picture.
I got 2 guys to smooch with, ain't I? Now let's talk. You tell us a story.
I don't have any.
Okay. Dustin, you tell us a story. Tell us about the little girl you saw last night.
Okay. I forgot her name, but
Erica.
Erica. She's wild. I can't catch her, and she almost put my head in the sink.
Well, and she's real bossy, don't she? She gets your hand and say, come, see it. That's what she does, Grammy. She get me by the hand, and she always wants me to go outside with her.
She always telling me what to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about lesbians and gays.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to know what makes them tick.
Oh my God, you can
Where their main object is. I would say I'm just a normal human being. I wouldn't put a gay on it or a lesbian on it. I'd just be, I'd let that go away. I would.
I understand.
That's like, I had an uncle was never married, and he wasn't gay or he wasn't, or anything, but he never did marry, and he took care of his mother and everything. So, and that's like I say, I can love you if you're good, and if you're not good, I can, say, well, you didn't do this right, or you didn't do that right. But that don't mean I don't love you because I say that. Do you follow me? Your mammy don't. She can't,
I follow you.
she don't know that I can, and that's like I say, you can either tell a lie or you can tell the truth, and the truth will stand when the lie fades out. And you don't have to be hunting something to back the truth up. It stands up on its own. Now, that's my philosophy of life.
That's true.
And yours are all my grandkids, my great-grandkids, and everything. Let's see. Now, Erica and these 2 kids come in the same category with me, don't they? Do you understand what I mean? They're the same to me.
Yeah. Kim and Danny's kids and our kids.
Yeah.
But Danny don't have
Yeah.
any. But, yeah.
And then if they had,
Danny has one.
Oh yeah, Danny does.
well, he don't know where it's his or not.
Oh, we started this discussion.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah.
We're on lesbians.
You're on what, hon?
He's back on lesbians.
Oh, you want to talk about Liz?
No.
Well, what do you know about them, honey?
Have you ever seen 2 women kiss?
Yeah, and Son-in-Law.
Where at?
Son-in-Law, it was a movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Zoom in.
Was that about them? Is that what it was about?
No, it was just, they had
The one
lesbians.
girl from
Roseanne
the
had
college
some.
and roommate was a lesbian.
Well, I think women can kiss. They don't kiss like men, or wouldn't think they would. I don't know. All I know is what I see on TV. That's
Jared,
all.
that's what you're watching, the bad stuff. Oprah and Jared Springer.
Homosexual or?
We're talking about lesbians.
Yeah, Dave,
Oh,
on
you're
the show.
driving this guy.
See, look, he's
already.
taking our pictures. He's got that going.
Woo!
Oh, Jesus. There went the neighborhood
Ron, you can come back.
in the house of God.
Oh, Ron, you can
This is God's house.
Ron, you can go in there.
Huh?
This is God's house.
Mm-hmm.
There's love in it, whether you know it or not.
There's all kinds
But
of...
their love and their hate
I can feel the love in the room.
and
You
Just
feel the
preaching
love?
a sermon?
Look,
Go sit down. You
You
get
feel
in there
love?
too.
yeah, I feel love.
know.
See, I ain't so bad. You go back and tell your grandpa Nates or your great grandma. He's your great grandma.
He's a grandpa.
Well, okay.
He's your great grandma. What the hell were you smoking this morning?
Well, listen, you go back and you tell him. You say, well, there must be something wrong with you, for Grammy was real nice when we was down there, so it's you. She don't like you. She don't like you.
She's all wound up.
She stays wound up. If she don't get wound up, she don't make it through the day. That's right. But it's something like this. The women is a running out. Did you know it? Your mama's got 4 grandsons, and she ain't got a granddaughter.
Yep.
That's what you want.
That's what she wants. That's why she likes Erica so much.
Yeah, I do. But Erica, you can't help but like her. Now that's the darn truth. She makes you like her,
Yeah,
and she makes
she'll
you.
beat you up.
She makes you see her too. When she comes around, you have to see
She's
Erica.
by your shirt and she's grabbing him, making him a husband.
Join this.
Well, she just comes and gets me by the hand, and she says, hand. And then she takes me, and she always takes me to the front door because she wants us to go out.
Oh, you go outside?
No, I say, Erica, Granny can't walk out there, we can't go out. But she always goes to the car with us when we're over there. She'll come out to the car. And that's easy because, see, that's all level there. But now Leroy's on that hill. I can't,
I walked the whole thing in the dark with Robert. I walked around the whole perimeter of it. We're walking through the woods in the dark and everything.
But what do you think about that's that's a forest. What is
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
Forest, yeah. It's nice though. I like it. I like how
But
it's
now he could put a lot of pretty flowers in there.
Yeah. See,
But I don't think he'll stay there. I mean,
why?
I
He
don't
will.
know. I just don't think he
I
will.
think he will.
Well, yeah, we thought he would stay there. He bought that house over there for good. And when I get this house paid for this, that, and the other. And I swear.
Yeah, but this time it's, I mean, this is everything they want there. This is the mansion. The things you.
Yeah, and yes, it is. Did you go in their bedroom? Did you see in it that
Robert showed me.
all that tub bit?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
But now, Brian, well, I mean, Dustin, it was her bathroom. Now that's what fascinated him. Was,
She had her own bathroom,
yeah.
own soap and everything else. They got him good.
Oh, he said, I don't have my own bathroom. I said, I don't either. I
And
know.
he said that about a waterbed, didn't you? Say something?
Yeah, about the big water bed.
Well, never have
But Lord, poor little old Kim has work. Now, I am telling you, she has worked,
And worked and worked.
and she'll be working the rest of her life.
That house. They'd have kept the other one, she could have retired.
Yeah, she could have,
Couldn't she?
because they had it paid for, and
She
everything.
could live there and
Yeah, and
Robert
lived
lived
on what Robert made. Yes, she could.
Then she
But
goes in, she gets this big towel, throws it in the floor, and she starts bringing all this Play-Doh out. And Pat's like, you're going to bring all this Play-Doh out and think she's going to sit in the floor and snuck it on the carpet, she's going to sit in that little towel? And Kim goes, what's having a house for if you can't live in? Ah!
I don't know.
Most people, you got Play-Doh out, they try to hide it from the kids. She's going to sit on the floor and say, here, go play with it.
well, she's got really too much now. You know, the she can't really enjoy it because she's got too much.
Too much for a house?
No, Erica has too many toys.
Yeah.
I told Kim to put part of them back and bring part out. Let her play for a week with them and then put them back, bring out some more and everything then.
She has one water balloon.
Yeah, she does, and boy, it's a big one, ain't it?
Yeah, me one.
She
Size
said she
of
goes-
globes is
She's
not
like,
even
every time
big.
she said she had something, she was like acting like it was no big deal. She goes, oh, Dan gave us that. He didn't want it, so we wouldn't have bought that.
Who?
Yeah,
The
but-
water bed. Sure, that was Dan.
She
Well,
has a water balloon.
Dan was paying $35 a month storage, and I don't know what they
The
do
house,
with his, where they give it out to the garbage man or what they do.
that house ain't that, it's only 120,000. 120,000. Without
that-
the land.
Was that,
To
well, the
build that
land-
house, the land was 60,000.
Yeah, yeah.
But to build that house, if we build that up in Ohio, that would cost a lot more than that, because it's all brick.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it'll be more down here.
So did I, especially in the areas, yeah, but no, they're selling, the one that's across the street from me sold for 100,000. Lola sold for over 100,000.
She said, Kim said if you're going to do it, she said you might as well build it. At least you get what you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, they build it. But I mean, if you really think about it, they got a full basement, but without the basement, if you took away the basement, the house is big, but it's not that huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's how they got it built too, how, you know, it slopes down and everything.
I didn't go.
Oh,
Well, that's
the
why-
front is even, and then in the back is
Just a little
the
bit.
That's what I
basement.
heard, but it was all dark out there. You guys had a bonfire. We didn't go out back.
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful, but
But now there was trees over there, you know, and I told Robert to buy that land back to him over there on Wayne Circle where they lived, and all, but I don't know what happened. I
So
think
60,000 for the land and 120 to build it. So
180,000.
they're paying on $180,000.
well, Leroy said it was close
Dang.
to 200.
200,000.
But now the ground's paid for. All the ground is paid for. He paid cash for the ground.
Oh, so it's 120.
They just offered the house.
They had enough money to pay off to pay the land.
Yeah,
Well, they
that's what
sold
he
more.
said, that he got 78,000 out of his house over there, and they give 50-something for it. But Leroy, that man told Leroy that if Robert was hiring that deck built, it would be $10,000. And oh, he built the nicest deck over there, and he didn't completely get it done before Robert had the house. So, and the real estate woman, she told him not to do any more to the deck. Just let it, she'd sell it like it was.
She said she's having something, whatever. She didn't put her aquarium back in her living room or something. They're building something, put it on or something. And then Pat was trying to figure out what she's gonna put on her wall.
There's not that much furniture in there.
No, she said she has to buy some though. She's gonna buy her some kind of big picture or something to hang over her couch because she don't have anything for her anniversary.
I
Or
wouldn't want nothing hanging. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
I don't
that.
want nothing on my walls. No, I don't want nothing on my walls.
They're
I like
trying to
the
figure out. They were trying to figure out last night where they're putting stuff on the walls and stuff.
I don't furniture, man.
But I don't know what, I don't like water beds. Maybe that's because I can't get in them and out of them.
Me
I
too.
don't like water beds. And then they take up too much room anyway, that they're
They
so,
don't have curtains. They're all in the blinds too. Everybody's doing that now.
I got blinds there.
well, I don't think that she's gonna put up curtains.
No.
She's gonna just have her blinds.
That's what I do. That's all I took over.
But now when she gets school age and goes to growing, then Kim will go looking around, I want this, I want that in the house and everything.
Well, she was going talking about summer stuff, whatever, buying clothes or something. She said she liked my sandals, and I told them they're like $2 something. They said, really? And then she goes, well, I gotta go buy some stuff. And Pat says, well, they got all this stuff on sale, go buy you some clothes. And Kim goes, no, I can't. She goes, I gotta start buying Erica's winter clothes now. She said everything she got, her shirts are up here and her pants are down there.
Well, that's what Robert, when they was talking about the Barbie dolls and everything, you know, And Robert said, Kim's got to slow down now with Erica. We can't afford this. And she looked at him, Kim did, and she said, that's my daughter, or that's our daughter. And he said, I know it is, and this is her house. He said, well, but now, Pat said last year they made $60,000. Me and Kim was talking, me and Cherry was talking
Granny said,
about
that's not
that.
good, and I said, sounds good to me.
That's 3 times what I make.
Well, I draw my pay is $6,000 and some odd dollars
I make 3 times what you make.
and everything.
I
Your
make
mama
3
makes more than I draw.
I make 3 times more than you, and they make 3 times more than I do.
I said, your mama makes a lot more than
Your
I
mama?
do.
Your mama?
Yeah, your mama.
My mama?
I
Your
still-
daughter.
I still think she's she's my daughter.
She's your daughter.
And she's your mama.
Yeah.
And then if you have any children, she'll be their grandma. Then if they have any
What
children,
children?
she'll be their great-grandma. And they have any children, she'll be a great-great-great-grandma.
Baby,
But Cherry says that she ain't having no more, and she don't think Ewans are.
Having kids?
Hmm.
Oh, I think I might.
Well, wait till you grow up first. You're not grown up yet. You're grown up in size, but not in emotions. You understand that?
No. I am. What are you talking about? You don't know me? I'm grown up in emotions. Why not?
You're very emotional. You made me compare you with me.
Well,
She'll
I'm
say-
always going to be that way. Well, I'm never going to grow up that. You're still emotional.
Yeah.
You're 82.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wait till I'm 100 to have kids?
I've always been.
Huh?
No, you shouldn't have any.
I shouldn't have any?
And she shouldn't have had any.
Oh, you can't.
And I shouldn't have had any. So now then we wouldn't
None
have,
of
we
them
wouldn't
either.
have been here. So,
And the story, I guess.
yeah.
We wouldn't have been here. I shouldn't have any?
Honey, this, now
Why?
you see we have to look on all the sides. Honey, this is a real cruel world. And we don't come from a perfect genetic part. It's like I said, you're half Hungarian and half Irish. Or maybe you're more Hungarian than you are Irish, or maybe, I don't know, about that, but they're just learning more. In a few more years, they're going to know more. They can produce a baby and a man and a woman not be involved in it. And now here we go again. Now, that counterfeits the Bible, because God, He made man, and then He took His rib and made woman, and then now all these double doses come back. Now there comes in your lesbians and your gay people. Well, that, but you go in the Bible, there's, they've been prostitutes ever since the Bible was first, ever since man was, and Eve persuaded Adam. So woman, now that's the way I was
It's the root
raised.
of all evil.
Yeah, that's the way I was raised. She is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
See? Think about that one.
And when they have their monthly periods and everything, that I cried when I had mine. Because I thought, God, why did you make me this way?
Me too.
I didn't understand it, and I still don't understand it.
I don't understand.
But I wonder if when you leave this world and come into the other being and everything, if there'll be another someplace up there that you gotta go to.
Could be.
And see how you can just, Louisa, God,
Lady.
Mother, how your mind goes. She's
This lady, where it
she's
says
more.
that you have 12 lives, or you live 12 lives, her psychic thought.
Well, I told you I was a whore in my first go around here.
Was it?
Yeah, I was. And then my next go around here, I was a missionary.
Do you think we were related?
And well, there were brother. So if God created us, we're all.
Yeah, we're all related, but I'm saying, do you
Okay.
think we're family in our other lives?
No, I don't believe I was. I don't believe I was into a family bit. That's when I think now. That's why I come up with all this shit that you shouldn't have kids and everything. Somewhere I'm gonna be
It's
hypnotized.
Tennessee. You have to have kids. You have to have someone to sleep with. All inbreeding here. Lesbians and gays started from Tennessee. Did you know?
No, they never.
Yeah, they did.
Whoa.
You know that this is the highest capital for people sleeping with their own family? Brothers sleeping with
No,
their
I
sisters?
hadn't heard that
This
now.
is. This is the highest in West Virginia. Mothers and sleeping with their kids. And,
Well, now that years ago, if they was just that, they had to marry into each cousins. Well, I've got some cousins that's married to each other.
I know,
They're
see?
dead now.
See, you just admitted it.
Yeah.
Inbreeder.
Well, those I didn't have nothing to do with it.
That's why the world's so messed up. Right there. You ain't supposed to.
Well, where's the devil at? I think the devil is a Roman. Here he goes.
But if you start off with Adam and Eve, then there was inbreeding from the beginning, huh?
Yeah, they had to be.
That's what I said.
And everything.
Glad you
So,
agree with me.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not an unreasonable person if,
No, you're not.
and everything. But now on the Reynolds side, they're very strict. You know, I mean, they're funny people, the Reynoldses are.
No, there's none of them left, is there?
Well, yeah, no, like your mama and Leroy, they was Reynolds.
I know, but I'm saying.
I was the in-law. I wasn't
Yeah.
the Reynolds, I was the in-law, but they're all gone,
All of
all of
That's
them.
what I thought.
I'm the only one that's, and then
They
the
have kids,
Han,
or they don't have any kids?
Mom. Me and old Mickey, you know, is of the Hans, and then it comes down to Bobby, you know, he's a Han.
Man, something got me going to the bathroom. I've been twice and my belly's
Nurse,
No.
nurse.
What do you want? Pepsi,
I ain't went to the
RC,
bathroom
or what?
in 2 days.
Mercy.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We're discussing cousins of
Is
Mary.
that camera still
And he
on?
says Tennessee is
Number one state, back me up, Jerry, for inbreeding.
Yeah.
Tennessee is number
Yeah,
one.
it's on the top
there it
shows. Yeah, it is.
there it is.
And
Free
West
and
Virginia is
breeding.
number two.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you wonder why we're all so messed up, huh?
Well, you ain't a Tennessean. You're a Ohioan.
Yeah, but my mom's from here. She's messed up.
I was born here.
Yeah, you was born here.
I
But
didn't
you
have a
was
choice.
you was conceived in Maine.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's not think of that. Let's not think of that.
You know, I wish they'd talk about stuff like this when I was young, but people didn't know it.
Like that.
No, they didn't think that way, huh?
Then everything would have been different.
Yeah, that's right.
We're trying to make a better world. It's just not happening.
You know, that's like Granddad. He had his hand cut off when I married him, but
When you
when
married him, you did?
but whenever I fell in love with him and everything, he had his hand,
It didn't
and
make a difference.
that's what people have said to me. And some of these nurses, they like to talk to me because I'm twice as old as any of them is. I think the oldest is 40 of my nurses comes, you know, and I said, I never ever thought
Oh,
that.
no, I didn't
you know.
make those. Some of those old people who I take breakfast to, one of the ladies made them.
She's come from. Go on.
She was talking about that.
No, he was asking me if
Oh.
I made them. I was showing him some of my...
You know, but that's what I ought to do with Granddaddy. That's what Pat and Leroy's talking about yesterday. They's going to buy a condominium, and that's where they's going to retire at. But I ought to went to the towers, and maybe I would have changed my life, and maybe I wouldn't have got as sick. But Dr. Mandrill, he don't, you know, he seems to think that I was on the downhill go and it didn't matter.
Where you're at.
But anyway, I told that woman, I told her that day that one of us was going to die. She told me later, and it was Granddad that died instead of me. But,
7 years ago.
but yeah, that she dug me up irises over there and everything, and she said she dug up all different colors that she had. Oh, she was a sweet person. But I think what killed her and her husband took up with another woman and everything, and then her 3 daughters, she had 3 girls, and they laid it on her. They told her she was the cause of their, their daddy straying off the narrow path, they'd say. But they, they just come into my life and everything, and then she asked Leroy, and her mother lived in Ohio, and she asked Leroy, would he object to her calling me Mom? And he told her no. He said, if you love her that much and that's the way you feel about her, said Wilma, and everything. And then her mother come down and she brought over here, and she said I was their surrogate mother.
Surrogate mother.
Yeah, and she, she was wonderful. But what I mean, she would go out to, her grandkids played ball, and she would go out to the ball game, and their dad, her husband, ex-husband, and his girlfriend would, it was his wife he was married to then, but she would get all upset, and she'd come back and she'd say, can you listen to me? And she would cry. I was so sorry for her and everything. But I think
Excuse me.
that why the cancer, now will this conversation be on that tape?
Yes.
Ooh, go and show it to your daddy.
No, I don't really see my daddy.
Well, listen,
Willie,
he
you
is,
say Willie Emerson ain't changed a bit.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Listen, let's put it this
Oh,
way. This I want to instill in you and now.
Okay, instill it on.
He is your daddy. He's the cause of you being here.
No, he told me I was the mailman's kid.
Well, maybe that's what Ted meant when all these things that Ted was telling me but he didn't go into detail. Well, he asked me, did I think, that was something about, and I said, God, all of them is just like their daddy. Now, this is what I said. I said, this is all just like your daddy.
I'm not.
To a certain extent, you are, honey.
How?
Well,
I'll change it.
but he is your daddy. You follow what I'm
I
saying?
follow her.
And you can never speak to him again, but
Oh, I speak to him. I know he's my dad.
what I'm saying,
He wasn't. He's not my father. Well, how do you put it? He
is not your. I mean, he had the germ that got you here.
exactly.
But as far as being the kind of guy that what a father should be, he's not there
Yeah.
and everything. But that's what I'm saying.
And I messed up the Ponderosa.
What?
Because he said he only wanted boys.
Oh, you messed up the Ponderosa. You know the show Ponderosa?
Yeah.
The car race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen though, it's like this.
That's what I was
You're a
told.
girl and you're supposed,
But I wasn't supposed to be. He didn't want a girl.
Well, he likes women and seemed to me like he'd like you more than he does the boys.
He don't want a daughter. He wanted to be Ben.
Oh shit,
Ben.
they used to be down here.
And they were supposed to be Hoss and what's the boy's name?
I was Little Joe.
Little Joe and I messed up the
Well,
picture.
they'd be down here, they'd be getting ready to leave, and Louise would have all the suitcase, and then these kids was real little, I mean, not you.
I know.
And everything. And Joe would make them carry the suitcases out, and he would talk. What was it he'd say, Louise? Get forward, march, here we go. And then and he should have never had any children.
A lot of people shouldn't have children.
They still have them.
But I have the love and all that for that.
I can feel it.
But I wasn't emotionally equipped to raise kids. I wasn't money-wise. I didn't have the money, and I didn't have a man. But Herman thought more of Louise than he did the two boys. That's what I'm saying. Granddaddy did.
No, he was bisexual. He really enjoyed losing.
Well, I guess I'm bisexual, but I don't want to have sex with a woman or whatever. Listen, you're getting earful, darling. Or anything. But I like women and I like men in their place.
Oh, no, she said she likes women. Here you
You're lesbian.
go. No, lesbian.
I don't want no woman to figure her fingers around me, but now, man, that was different.
You want these pancakes,
We bring the
Dave?
kids out of the room.
Okay, here we go.
I've had enough.
We're getting right to you.
They're getting ready.
But I'll be honest with you about this.
Should I keep these pancakes or?
They
Huh?
won't go bad, right?
Well, wrap them up.
So she'll throw them out.
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You going
I like to cook a meal and eat it, what I want, and then throw the rest of it out, and then when the other meal comes, cook my fresh food and eat
You
it.
don't like,
Did we embarrass you, darling?
Oh,
But honey, this is life, and the more you learn right now, the better off you're gonna be. You won't be dumb like your great grandma is.
you're very intelligent, Grandma.
That's right. I mean, maybe intelligent, but I don't know how to expose my intelligence. Oh.
Oh, you're doing a fine job.
But now that's like your daddy said to me 100 times. Your dad never made a pass at me or anything, but he said to me a dozen times, I don't know more I've told your mama this or not, but he said, oh, I wish that you was married to my dad. He said, we'd make a wonderful family. He said that to me more than once. Joe has. But now Mr. Mates was a loving guy, wasn't he, Louise? He wasn't like Joe.
He's not like Joe, no. He was
Very nice.
But now Miss Mates, when she'd tell, stuff, and he'd say, now, Ma, you're wrong, Mr. Mates, would you know? And, but now this is how I would have been. I wouldn't have done like Mr. and Miss Mates done. I would have said, okay, you take your kids and go back to Tennessee with them. Now that was like when Pat, went to Ohio. Went to,
Chicago.
she left Leroy one time, Pat did.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to come here that day for dinner. So Leroy, and so the phone rang answered, and she said, Granny, she said, I can't come for dinner. Said, Leroy and the kids will be over. And I said, what's wrong, Pat? And she said, I'm leaving Leroy. I'm going to Judy's. Well, she got to Judy's. Well, Judy and Stan was in a worse shape than she was in. So she kept calling back, and Leroy'd say, no, she can't come back, and everything. And they was overdoing their house then, and he finished up the house. But one day, Kim, she throwed off as fit ever was. I'm going to tell her about that someday. And she told her daddy that she wasn't staying with him, or she wouldn't do this if he didn't take Mama back. So Leroy picked the phone up and called her and told her, and so she caught the next bus and come home and everything. But anyway, I told her then, she said, well, if you'd known what was going on at that time, what would you say? And I said, I would have told you to left if you was that unhappy, and I would. Now, that's the darn truth. I wouldn't try to persuade her to stay in anything.
No, you didn't like it.
But now that's what Mr. Mates said, he said, Ma, you're wrong. He said, but she would fuss. She was fussing to me, about Louis coming home so much. And then when Ted was barned, I went up there and I stayed a week, didn't I? And he wasn't barned. And so I come back home, and I was real sick then. At that time, my legs was real bad and everything. But nobody thought I was sick. I didn't. And so she said that night, she said, now, Miss Reynolds, are you coming back? Said, Joe can call you after the baby gets here, and said, will you come back? And I said, no, Miss May. I said, if she'd wanted me around her when her kids was born, she'd have stayed in Tennessee. And I don't know why I ever said that, why I said it, but that was what I said, and everything. And And then it, you know, since the times Louise has told me, she'd say, I wished you was there, I wish this and that. But really, you know, I used to tell them, don't lie to me. If you kill somebody, don't lie to me. And everything. And she told Grandma one time, Mama's told me this more than once, but I heard her say it to her. She had a date that night, and this guy worked at one of the grocery stores, and they was going out after the store closed, and Mama, she said something back. Louise said, Grandma, she said, Mama said I could go, and that's all right. And she said, I do what Mama tells me to do, and she said, that's all that counts to me, so it's okay with Mama. Said, I don't care what you or anybody. And Mama never, ever again said anything about what she done or, you know, or a thing in the world about. But old Miggy used to tell me that I let my kids do so much, I wasn't strict enough on them. Oh, she's told me that 10,000 times. And now she's told me about things, you know, that Leroy'd say and do or something, you know. That was before your mama come. And she said, you didn't raise them to think about you, Willie Hammond. And no, I've had my mama come and sit down and tell me what that we had to be around. And one time when, you know, Herman went to Chicago and I went to Ohio, and I'd done sold the house. I mean, I told them that it was Miss Evans's daughter that was going to buy it and everything. And so she goes down there and tells Miss Evans, she said she was like a second mother to me. Wanda's mother was. She's very close to me. And so she said, you write William the letter and tell her that you want her to come back and, you know, all that stuff, that I can't live without her. And so I'd been up there a week, and I got a letter from my mama, and that's what she said. I want you to come home. I can't live without you. And, you know, to me, I thought, well, you know, that maybe that's the way it is and everything. But that's like Leroy said. I said, Leroy, I don't care if you marry him, Pat, but I don't want you to go to Chicago. And he said, well, what about Louise? She left you and went to Ohio. And boy, that cut real deep, you know, and everything. And I know now that I resented a lot of things that I wouldn't put into words, that I put into words now. Yeah. And I did, and I told them nurses, one of them, and she said, yep, that's exactly what ails you. You've got it on the point. I said, you know, things pop in my mind. And Louise never come home, and this is the truth, and I got this from Oprah Winfrey, that it was a pattern of our life. She couldn't leave, and we couldn't part in good, you know, in good humors. We had to be mad at each other. Every time she went back to Ohio, she'd come home and she stayed there, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and everything. So now that is life, and that is true. Mm-hmm. And that's like I told Wanda about Bernice, as bad as she is. I think they could take care of her a heap better at the nursing home, and I think...
Well, they'd have 24-hour watch on them. Have people around the clock watching.
Well, this is the point. With her, she knows Wanda's there, and she hollers for her and everything. And in the nursing home, now this is how I look at it, you know that they're just there to take care of you. They're not there to give you love. Yeah. And that is what...
And they don't look after you either all the time. That's a proper bullshit.
That's a crock of bullshit.
But that's where, that's where we
I know that
differ.
from what Aunt tells me goes on.
You don't think do you think they take good care of you?
Not in the emotional terms. Now this is the difference me and old Miggy. Mine was all emotional with Mama, and old Miggy done the work. Yeah. And we had different relationships with our Mama. You do what I tell you to do, and I'd say, you know, I would put the love in there. The love was in there. Like I set hydrangeas all over her yard up there, and they mowed the yard. So they dug all the flowers up. Mama come down here and cried. And I said, Mama, you can pretend my yard is your yard. I had the flowers. And I said, you can pretend. And you see, that was how that Mama survived. So, So now I've talked out, I've hushed.
Yeah.
But now that doctor told me I need the puppy to talk to.
And the days you feel good, you'd like to have it. The days you
Yeah,
feel bad, you
that's
wouldn't
right.
want to.
That's the truth. Days that I, feel good, I'd maybe get out and take
I like
it.
that little one. That'd be perfect for you. That little white one that was running around with those girls. That right over here, them people. That little one.
Yeah. Well, now, Larry and Martha's got the cutest, and Zelma said it wouldn't get more than about that big. And
What kind of dog is it?
It's a house dog,
You don't know the name?
No, I don't know. Martha told me what the name of it was.
It's a house dog.
But we had them dogs, that dog whenever, and the kids had let it in the house and Herman would kick it out. But
Herman to kick it out?
Yeah, he kicked it out.
Really?
He didn't allow it in the house. If he come
He really
in.
kicked it, or?
No, he kicked it.
You mean,
And that's like he took the cats off. Louise would go somewhere with Mom and Dad and they'd have cats and give her a cat. And then Leroy broke out with cats.
he
And he broke out in a rash. So the doctor'd say, Louise got a cat. I'd say, yep. And so then he'd disappear. But she very shortly, and Granddaddy would take it down at the mill.
what would he do to it?
Well, somebody would pick it up and take it home with them.
Or they need it for dinner?
And yeah, probably. They cooked the cat over at the looming company and these men eat him.
Oh, God.
And everything, so, but that's what he said, I had the love to give, and I needed the animal, he said, but now that's like we're talking about people and marrying and that, now that's like this couple down here, his kid and her kid and their kids, there are three in that, their kids, he's 3 years old, this little boy is, and he's me as a black snake, and everything. But I couldn't marry anybody I couldn't, that had kids because I would mistreat them.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know, but I would. And I couldn't adopt a kid either.
Just have to be your
But
kid.
but I think, that I had a different view of things before Teddy was killed. I think I love my kids too much. I think I love Teddy too much. And I think that, but on the other hand, Teddy never seen wrong in nothing. You could not, and everything, he saw things different. And it's like, now Erica, to me, Erica is a spirit. To me, she is. Now, I've got that feeling about her, and I hope she don't die. But she ain't come here to live to be old. And I always thought that about Teddy. And my brother, I thought that about him. I knew he'd never live to be an old man. Now, I'm going way down deep in spiritual feelings now. And that's like, like the time that Louise said I was calling her when the furnace was ready to blow up. And she jumped up and answered me. She said I was calling her. And everything, and she says that's why you was all saved, because I think that was where you lived at after you and Scott was born.
Scott, I'm Scott.
Yeah, I know you are. That's what I'm saying. But now these are, and I am very, and that's like Dr. Gallagher. He is a Catholic. But he is, and I told him that day, and he said he was horny, and he said I couldn't be a priest. I said, well, you should have made a priest, and he's got 3 kids, and they say he's not good to his kids, I've been told. But he said that, and Louise never opened her mouth because she's always gone in everything, only certain x-rays they make on account of the radiation. They won't let her stay in the x-ray room. But she's been with me constantly ever since. And then when I had that kidney infection.
Are you talking about me?
I was telling him about what Dr. Gallagher said about being born.
Pains about Golly, yeah.
I'm telling you, no Dollywood today.
Oh, God.
She
went
wants
3
to go to
times.
Dollywood, so you just stop and put her outside the road.
No, I mean, we can go, but I mean, we don't.
Oh, you take a picture of my yard with your camera.
I'd hate to see that. Will it be down developed?
You can watch it.
You'll watch it right now. It's just
What? Oh God, I don't believe this.
He's going.
It's going up.
Yeah. Mornings are bad too.
Why? I had it laying on top
You
of the
moved,
toaster.
I didn't touch it.
I had to lay on top of the toaster.
Well, careful.
Right. What's the battery say?
No, we'll go down around. The crepe myrtles up north, they used to wouldn't grow up there. Now I think they've got a brand that will grow in the cold.
We're fucking with white people. We down here south.
Making fun of us.
Making fun of us. You know,
Okay, you go scan the house and then they can quit.
I told Grandma I'd make her a copy of it. She liked this thing herself. Is that the first time she's seen it?
She's been on tape before. Before somebody hit me and get the rust fixed, I got some rust and stuff. Somebody hit me one and set steel on.
This is Crepe Myrtle. Crepe Myrtle, it's a good friend of my mom's. Yeah, let me show you Crepe Myrtle. Let me show you Crepe Myrtle. Come over here. See Crepe Myrtle? She's a good friend of my mom's. That's her best friend, Crepe Myrtle. She hangs out with her all the time. We ain't got no Crepe Myrtles at home. Down here in the south, UT, go UT. That's